Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 259 for the week of May 5th, 2019. I am Alca7raz, and joining me, as usual, is Nemesis.
Hey.
So it's been a fun little week. Didn't do a huge amount, but I did end up climbing a tree. Keep finding tree bits all over the place now after that. It's like sand when going to the beach.
Oh.
Yeah, I was helping my dad clear broken branches off a tree. That was fun. I haven't been in a tree in a while. You been up to anything?
I built a model.
Oh yes, yeah, that
filmed
model
it. Didn't go very well filming wise.
The filming didn't go very well, alas.
Model went well though, most part.
It's a cool looking model.
It is.
So yes, we are going to. We're not here to talk about trees and models, unless they're Fluttershy. Because we are here to talk about funnies. We do have another oddly small episode for you this week. We got a itty bitty teeny tiny little bit of news to talk about. We've got a comic to talk about. We've got today's episode of MLP and a little bit of fan content at the end. So let's get started with what little news we have. If you would like to follow along, I guess you can find our show notes for this episode at pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. Remember, it's spelled LABSYN. So let's get into this. We have, in convention news, BronyCon has announced Andy Price. Yeah, he'll be there. And in comic news, the MLP comic Omnibus Volume 5 has now been listed on Amazon. Looks like it will be releasing in January, and this is the one that will be covering issues 51 through 65. So if you get those, check it out. And that's it. That's all the news we have.
Hooray.
That's two items. That's just nuts how little news that is.
Things are winding down.
Yep.
I told you.
Yep. So, I guess moving right along, we have a comic to talk about.
Yeah. Friendship is Magic number 77, the next in the Cosmos arc. In which, Cosmos is, we start off with Discord telling, about Cosmos and, how cruel she was and everything.
Backstory.
Yep.
Lore.
And Cosmos is inching ever closer to completing herself after capturing Celestia, Luna, Twilight, Big Mac, and Zecora. And meanwhile, Rarity and Dash are oblivious to this, trying to find the last star piece.
Don't forget Spike.
And Spike's there too, I guess. Yeah. You got that. You got Discord doing stuff, and Discords with Fluttershy and all that. It's, we're leading in. I think we're leading towards the
final
conclusion.
Conflict.
Yeah, things are happening. Interesting stuff sometimes. It's kind of weird, though. I feel like in some ways they're really trying to pull away from the show more and more. There's some stuff here that's like, I don't know, like this, particularly with Discord, they're really trying to make Discord less of a bad guy. Yeah,
they're giving him more and more of a different personality, I guess. Do more with him than the show ever has.
Like, no, Discord was never that bad. All the really bad stuff was actually Cosmos. He just made everyone think it was him.
Oh yeah, that bit explaining the whole world being messed up. He took the fall to make people forget.
I don't know. It's really weird.
It does that did feel a bit weird.
I don't know what that kind of feels weird and stuff. There are some nice little things in there. Like a blatant Beetlejuice reference in one panel, which I really liked. And
There's
whatnot.
A bunch of little references here and there.
But this Beetlejuice reference really caught my own eye.
Yeah.
Other stuff like I did like also the bit with Earth 616. I get that too. I believe also, I think that might be a Star Trek reference. I'm not sure.
I'd have to see it again.
It wouldn't surprise me because Star Trek references pop up a lot when Andy Price is involved.
Well, also when you have Discord.
I'm just saying, start with Andy Price specifically.
Yes, and Andy Price really does like Star Trek. Hence that one image picture that he made that I have on my wall.
Yeah.
Star Trek the Motion Picture parody, cover parody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like we're leading into something final. I guess they also kind of making sure you're actually like, hey, yeah, this is actually a serious problem for various reasons.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit interested in how it's going to go. One of the little things I noticed is that they started to, but never finished, explaining how the heck Spike eats rocks.
Yep.
That was a thing.
No, shut up. No, shut up.
But yeah.
Tastes like a rock to me.
I have a theory on like the trope that they're going to use in the end. The resolution. My theory is that, Cosmos is alive because, like, possessing the others, they're going to speak to the ponies that are inside of Cosmos, like Twilight, and get them to break free from the inside. That trope.
Oh, so we Undertale now.
Sort of. Just like, you speak to the Twilight, I know you're in there. Fight.
Right.
That whole thing.
So we Undertale now.
It was that. There were things doing that long before Undertale.
I know.
But yeah, that's my theory. Because it's just so common.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah. We'll see how it goes.
It hasn't gone to crap yet. Except for, I guess, I feel weird. That's weird. They're kind of trying to excuse Discord, I guess.
Yeah.
Make him less bad. And it's like, why?
Why?
There's
I guess because they need to make Cosmos more bad?
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. They have the reasons, I just don't know what they are. So yeah, I guess that's the comic. So, today's episode of MLP, Common Ground. Quick synopsis. Buckball.
Buckball.
There we go.
Buckball!
Yeah, so Buckball is a thing. Quick, they do a quick announce, like 30s-esque announcer style. Kind of cool, actually. On what Buckball is, and that Appaloosa has built this brand new stadium.
And museum.
And yeah, I was getting there. Stadium, museum, and Hall of Fame, like little theater thing to memorialize it. The Ponyville team is there playing a tournament and Dash is there as well. That's all that was there. Dash is going to go through the museum to take notes for Applejack, and oh look, Quibblepants is here. Why is Quibblepants here? Turns out Quibblepants is here with his significant other and his significant other's daughter, and he's trying to bond with the kids so that, they can be happy together. Problem is, Quibblepants knows absolutely nothing about sports, and is trying to use that to bond with the kid. Tries to get Dash's help, teach me how to be sporty. Things go really badly, until they learn their lesson, and, well, things are happy after that. So there you go. There's a synopsis.
Essentially.
It was a fun episode.
Yeah.
It was a fun episode. I will say, though, it does rely on the sort of cringe humor. Not really all that heavily, but it's basically the humor, and sorry, it's about Quibblepants just not getting it.
Not being sporty.
Not being sporty and struggling with it. So that kind of cringy humor is watching Quibblepants fail. And yeah, it's funny, but it's not really my style of humor. But otherwise, it's fairly straightforward. Not much to it, but I think it was really well done.
Yeah.
No real flaws that I can really think of. Nothing big, at least. Maybe little niggling bits.
Yeah, I will actually.
Niggling bits. I don't know, like major ones.
You mean some quibbles?
Yes. Ha. So yeah. One interesting thing, I guess we're gonna start off with this. The kid.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Alice Oswalt is the voice actor for Windsprint.
Windsprint, yes. Yeah, and as he said, is voiced by Alice Oswalt, which is Patton Oswalt's actual daughter. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of neat that they got to work together.
Yeah.
On this one.
And Meredith Salinger played Clear Sky.
Yep.
And she's his actual wife.
Yes. It's really cool to see them record as a family.
Family.
Being a family. So it's really kind of neat to see that.
Okay, I know this is kind of, I'm going to say a little criticism. Alice Oswalt is still not great as a VA.
She's a child.
I know, but I'm just saying it is one of those dangers of using a child actor, which is they're not the greatest actors.
They're not.
And a couple
you
of
can
lines
tell
there which are a little flat because child actor, first time ever doing voice acting.
Yes, you can tell, but I think considering it's a first-time child voice actor, it did fairly well. But yes, you can definitely tell that Alice is new to it all. But I don't think that really detracted much from it that much. But yeah, overall, it was basically just don't try to be something you're not.
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
You're not the genie.
I'm just remembering the B movie stuff now. Sorry. But yes, we got to see the return of Buckball, and that was...
Which is still a weird
I
thing.
still don't know how it works.
And man, that sport blew up pretty quick.
It did. It took off like a wildfire.
Although it sounds like it's really, at this point, still only one stadium.
One major stadium. They just use fields that they paint and stuff. So it does sound like there is history to it. I mean, it's been around for a while. It's enough to have a museum and a whole big rule book and all sorts of stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess, maybe it's bigger in other areas. Maybe they have other stadiums elsewhere.
The way it was presented, it sounds like, even though it's always been a fairly small game until recently, where it just kind of blew up.
Yeah.
Finally. And you got, hey, look, the biggest team, which is the Ponyville team.
Yep.
Which is Fluttershy, Pinky, and Snails.
And Snails. Oh, we had Snips.
Snips.
Snips is a very good capitalist, apparently. And
how many of you would pay money for his autograph?
And Snails is just, okay. Just goes along with anything. He just doesn't care.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep.
I was half expecting that to be kind of a weird B plot where like Snips like gets his comeuppance or some weirdness.
I don't know.
You see that sort of thing. You often see that where someone gets this, the greedy glint in their eye of, and then by the end they, something backfires or whatever.
Right.
And
yeah.
You expect that, and that didn't happen. Just kind of like, he
was just successful, I guess.
Yeah. And it's weird that Fluttershy and Pinky were like, not even. Yeah.
Everyone just kind of wanted the autographs from Snails.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Although the other two were famous, they just, I don't know.
They're famous for many reasons now.
Yeah, that was one point that was brought up. They were talking about, never been in a Hall of Fame before.
And Pinky said something about some party thing. I remember.
Except it's like, name. You have stained glass images of you from multiple things in a literal grand hall.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
I would say that's a Hall of Fame. Multiple times.
Fluttershy's Teacher of the Month every month.
Yes, that too. It's like, it's not a quote unquote Hall of Fame, but it's a hall and it's
famous. Yay!
It's like, I think we were talking about this, last episode? How they, like, so many times just conveniently never bring up the fact that they're the savior of Equestria's multiple time, and it's just, like, no one acknowledges that.
State secret. Even though it's right there on the state.
Yeah.
Equestrian policy is strange.
Yeah. It's just kind of weird. I mean, I guess it's kind of nice that they're not, bragging about their accomplishments. They had a whole episode about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was also nice kind of seeing Quibble Pants again, and kind of a different thing, and also kind of torpedoing any sort of Quibble Dash stuff.
Woo!
Except, of course, as we know,
that never stops.
But then again, we also have seen Quibble Dash isn't that popular in the first place.
It isn't.
It's not like it's gonna. Although it's funny, I remember browsing fanfics and hey, look, a Quibble Dash fic right there.
Just
like the day before.
Just in time to be brutally murdered.
Is sent out to die.
Stop! It's already dead.
Yeah, to a degree, it's like, you see, Quibble Pants just trying so hard. It's like one thing, I do like the fact that, his whole thing, his bonus thing is like, it's important that, not only does, Clear Sky, that likes me and stuff, obviously, but it's important to me that Windsprint also likes me. I don't want to force my way into her life if she hates me.
Yeah, that was something that I really did like, was when he said it's like, it's not worth it. If both of them don't like me, then it's not my place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to come in and do that to her, and I like that. That was a touching moment.
Well, his whole attitude about it was really nice. Just kind of refreshing. Like, not a guy just forcing away, and I don't give a crap about what the kid thinks. I want that girl,
and I don't care about anything else because I want
we see that so much media where it's like the guy, the girl, then the kids clearly don't get along at all.
Yeah,
and but it often half the time it turns out it's the dad is a horrible person, and the mother for some reason doesn't see that. Other time it's just the kid just is still going through their teenage angst phase, and
you're not my real dad.
Yeah, yeah, because we see that kids often see it as they perceive it as a replacement. The new person is a replacement, and it's not usually that.
Yeah, and that was the other part that was brought up when those two are talking afterwards. Is find that is not trying to replace your dad.
Yeah. Who is only, we don't really get a name or, visual or anything. He was probably some sort of sporty guy, and that's pretty much it.
And apparently a good flyer.
Yeah. That's all we really know about him.
That's all we know. No names, no
name, like, was it a divorce, death, or what?
Yep. Doesn't say. It almost feels like a death.
Yeah.
Because of how they talk about him.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it was a good episode. Not like my top episode.
Oh, by the way, it was written by Josh Haber.
Yes, this was Josh Haber. I think he actually did a fairly decent job on this one.
Yeah, no.
So
I think he does better when it's not big lore episodes.
Yeah, and this one isn't really a big lore episode.
It's not at all, really. The only thing is lore, I guess, is Buckball.
Yeah, I guess that's the only lore there is. What little of it, and kind of, the lore is kind of a mess, just like the game. Yeah, I don't know what else.
Was something else? Was it Dash? What was it about Dash? I was thinking of. Her weird thing is like she was hell bent on making Quibble sporty, even though it's like, because her whole thing was every pony has a sporty side. And it's like Dash really is not every pony is like you, and it's weird seeing Dash like not really acknowledging that. Well, there are going to be ponies who simply aren't going to be athletic. They're just not their thing. And, you have possibly a couple friends who don't really do athletic things already, so I'm not sure how...
Although, I mean, the one I would expect the least to is one of the top players.
Yeah, well, we even had that episode, how surprising that was. That was an unusual thing.
Yeah.
Of course, we all still have, like, Twilight and Rarity, which, they're not really sporty.
They aren't, but honestly, I would be afraid of Rarity playing against me because she wouldn't be sporty until she suddenly becomes it. Like, make her angry and she'll just destroy anyone. Same with Twilight. Twilight could do it too, but she just doesn't take that kind of
Alicorn power kicks in effect, and she kicks the ball so hard it punches a hole in the wall, and you're like, I forfeit. I'm done.
That'll be interesting. Twilight being an Alicorn playing hoofball, would that be like Korra playing that one game?
Oh, there's no rule about.
It's like there's no. Oh, that was another one.
Yeah,
that just reminded me. I'll come back to the. Let's finish with the Alicorn one.
Yeah,
yeah. There's no rule about the Avatar can't play, but they're like, no, you can only stick to this one element.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they would do something like that with Twilight.
You have to pick one. You have to be the unicorn, the Pegasus, or the Earth Pony. You can't be.
I'd put her as a unicorn just because that's what her start was, and that's what she's probably most experienced with.
So hold the
same
basket.
with Korra.
Waterbending.
Although I think she took. Did she take water or did she take earth?
She's a water bender.
She's a water bender, but I'm trying to remember how that. No, she took water. She stuck with water. They found it because she took over Earth temporarily, because I think their Earth was not. I don't remember, but yeah. So they would probably just keep Twilight with the unicorn. But yeah, that does remind me. The one when they were doing the fan game and they're all there and Quibble Pants pulled up the rules like they went with the Airbud rules.
Yeah. There's nothing about the rule. It's you're supposed to infer it, but he says technically the rules doesn't exist.
It doesn't actually say that.
It just says I have to score, put the ball in a basket, and say which basket, just in a basket. Therefore, technically,
Yep. Because guess what? Remember, Quibblepants is a nerd. That comes up a couple times, referencing ogres and oubliettes. I want to say D&D, that's what it is, but yeah.
And there's also, of course, the Daring Do thing. Which is like,
Daring Do.
He thinks Daring Do's not sporty enough.
What? She's a tomb explorer.
Yeah, he also like a little detail like Quibblepants' tent having Daring Do's cutie mark on the side.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Quibblepants.
Yeah. You're a nerd.
Yep. Yeah. That was the whole fan game where it's just like, the thing was like, you see that whereas, he's trying so hard to impress her or make her like him, and she just sees it as someone trying to replace her dad.
Yep. And it's so obvious.
Pissing her off.
It's like, you can't just do that. It's so obvious that he's faking it, and that's what she sees is that he's faking it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no. You can't force something like that.
Yeah. And he's trying to, it's because she herself kind of, picks up a thing. Because, he gets her a book and about the almanac about this game. She's like, oh, great, a book. I don't want that. Then later on, he's impressed with, like, Pinky's going to do this move. And she does the move.
Wait, what?
And she's like, how? And, like, it's in the almanac. And so she's like, oh, wow, really? And she starts reading. Like, actually, this is interesting.
Books are cool.
Well, this book is.
Well, that one is. But maybe other ones are, too.
Maybe. But not Daring Do.
Not Daring Do. That's not athletic enough. I don't know. I'm just wondering if that almanac is going to end up getting stuck in some sort of time loop.
No, because it doesn't have.
Yeah, we've already done the time stuff.
Yeah, multiple times.
Multiple times.
Yep.
What is the sound of...
Oh, yeah, the whole sound of hoof clapping.
What is the sound of one hoof clapping? Snips and snails working together.
Yeah, we haven't seen. It was weird, I remember seeing snails in the first place in the last Buckball episode, but before I was like, oh yes, Snips too. Can't forget they're counterparts. You can't have one without the other. Yeah,
they're inseparable.
I'm thinking of right. The weird thing when they were doing the fan game was just Pinky and Fluttershy really trying to help in really obvious ways, and still
not working.
Quibble is so unathletic that it still goes bad.
He's just that bad at sports. Pinky helps him kick it, and it goes into the wrong basket.
Yep.
So technically, they would have been leading that game 2-1, because he said they were losing 2-1, and they were still in it. No, they would have been leading 2-1 based on those rules he found.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just kind of weird. Like Appaloosa of all places builds a stadium and all that stuff. Because apparently they really love Blood Bowl.
Really like, even though they lost.
Yeah, they comment. It's weird.
It's weird how they built this, even though we beat them.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. It's like, this is one of those things. Like, hey, look, small town with barely anything. We're just gonna build a stadium.
That's how you bring the people in.
Yep.
That's how you get the tourists in. Bring in the money.
I mean, how else would you get because people come out in the desert in the middle of nowhere?
Exactly. Why would you want to live in the desert?
On a town built on someone else's land, but we already covered that.
Right.
If you haven't seen the buffalo at all since then.
Right. We haven't.
Did something happen?
I don't know.
Was a peace, quote unquote, obtained?
Did they give them blankets to help soothe things over?
Can't be warred if the other side doesn't exist anymore.
Yep. Anyway, that took a dark turn.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. All in all, it was a good episode.
Yeah. Fairly
straightforward. I mean, nothing... Yeah.
Yeah.
It was simple, huge. But it didn't need to be any more than that.
It was fine.
It was fine. Not. I don't think it's going to be my number one, even though it is Dash. Dash is a supporting character. It's not a primary Dash.
Oh no!
It's a Quibble Pants episode.
No.
So, no, sorry. It's a Patton Oswalt episode. But it was enjoyable, I will say that.
Yeah, it was fun. But
moving on.
Not as fun as last week.
What?
Not as fun as last week.
I'll actually agree. I think last week is going to be a tough one to beat for this season. So yes, moving on, we do have some fan content, and I'm going to keep hold of the mic because I've got music. I've got 3 songs I want to feature this week, and yet again, all 3 of these are from the Ponies at Dawn album that just recently released. So maybe last week I featured stuff from that. But if you haven't listened to it, you really should. It's really good. First off, we have Age of Vinyl's Heroes of the Sky. This is a really nice, flowing, liquid DNB song. As opposed to some other DNB, this one's, the liquid means it's a lot more mellow and flowing. Mm-hmm. A lot more drone to it. And I really do like that. Some other parts, I really liked the vocal chopping that they did. It worked really well. It was simple. It wasn't like just a lot of vocal chops, simple ones, but right where it needed to be, very effective. It's got this, it's really nice, uplifting and hopeful sort of emotion or feeling to it that I liked. And the piano work, like right near the opening, was just really cool too.
Yeah, it's a very light and airy song. Because, well, yeah, sky.
Skyward.
Yeah, I like the instrumentation throughout it. There's some really cool instruments used in it. And yeah, the increase in intensity at a little over halfway through is pretty cool.
Yep. It's fun. Next up, I've got Bank Payne's Reflections, featuring PegasYs. This one is a really powerful and a bit emotional dubstep song. It's a bit interesting getting emotions in dubstep as well, but the lyrical work really does that, and I love the lyrics. I love the vocal work on it, and the effects just sound really cool and work with the dubstep. And it's, again, not annoying dubstep like some of it tends to be. It works well and doesn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some, again, the word intensity is popping up. There's some really interesting stuff regarding the changes in intensity that kind of, it's not a singular, I guess, mood.
It doesn't.
If you want to go that way.
Yeah, it's not like horribly repetitive or just monotone.
Yeah, I also really like the vocal effects on, particularly the harsh robotic ones.
Yes.
That come up particularly. And the ending, there's a really cool, the way they do the ending is pretty neat as well.
Yep. And the last one I have, keeping the intensity. We have GrazySmash's Thunderbolt. This is heavy psytrance. It's really good, and it is a dangerous song to have come on when you're driving down the road, because you'll suddenly find those needles climbing.
Whoops.
It's it's got a really heavy driving beat that's just a lot of fun and really intense.
Right. Yeah, again, really intense. That's one of my notes right there. Really intense. And the other thing was the way this song starts, it doesn't have like a build up like all songs do. It just hits the ground running. It just boom, you're in, go
right there.
And honestly, it's a song that feels like it'd feel right at home in the Distance soundtrack.
Yeah, for something like that.
There's a lot of I think there's a lot. This Distance soundtrack actually has quite a few psytrance tracks in it.
Yeah, the driving beat works really well for cars, and that dark tone really would fit in with Distance as well. So yeah, like I said, dangerous when driving. So yeah, those are 3 songs. Like I said, they're off the recently released Ponies at Dawn Skyward album, so go check that out. How about fanfics? We got any fanfics?
No new things.
Again.
Things have been I've been a lot of Human and Equestria stuff recently. It's just really just overwhelming. It's getting really frustrating, honestly.
Yeah.
But, there have been a couple updates. The first is The Worst of All Possible Worlds got 2 new chapters. Let's see, we got Sunset meeting, I guess, the princesses, or some of them. Anyway.
All right, Princess Land.
Yeah, Princess Land and stuff. We're seeing all this stuff, and we're like, hey, guess what? Sunset's kind of got an idea that's a little unconventional for how to fix this one.
Well, that's how you deal with chaos, is you go unconventional.
Yep. And she also meets Pinky. Who
yes, very
comes across kind of papyrus-like.
Yeah.
Who interprets everything as a sign of friendship.
Yeah.
Regardless of...
It's an interesting one.
I kind of like it. And the other one that popped up, I'll Bring You Home got a new chapter, which, hey, look, yeah, Dash and Twilight finally are together. Well, physically together. Physically in close proximity.
They're in close proximity. They found each other, and they're
Dash finds Twilight, and yeah, we got the whole thing of Twilight's like, yeah, I can't go back. I'm dead, and blah. There's no body. And I'm just a soul now.
I don't have a body.
And then Twilight like, that's taken care of.
Already got taken care of. I know.
And all that stuff, and having to run around and get separated briefly, and yeah, the fun stuff.
And then the cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, the cliffhanger.
Like, oh no, that's not supposed to happen.
Oh no. Also, Clover seems to have been abandoned.
Yes.
See if that bites him in the butt.
We shall see.
Anyway, so that's the updates.
Yep, and that arc is coming to a close. We'll start a new arc here pretty soon.
Yep.
So at the end of fan content, that's the end of the episode. Hope you liked what you heard. If you did, you can find all of our episodes, past, future, present, at pony411.libsyn.com. That's spelled Libsyn. So check that out. Everything's there. We also have an RSS feed on that site as well. So if you use those, you can find that there. We're also on iTunes. Just search for Pony411. Subscribe to us. Give us 5 stars. I guess you can also leave comments in iTunes. That's a thing. That's not one that I see very often, but I guess it's there. You can also find us on Stitcher, Stitcher.com, or use the mobile apps on Android or iOS. Just search for our name. You can also find us on Google Play. It's play.google.com/music. Then search for Pony411. You can find us there. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/Pony411. All of our videos are there. Like them, comment on them, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so you can see the new ones as soon as they pop up. We do read the comments. We are also on Ponyville Live. When the YouTube updates, that site will automatically update. So if you use that to get other information, we are among them. We also air on Ponyville FM every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So tune in then or whenever, because it's a great place to listen to fandom music and live DJs. So check them out. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can email us. We are pony411podcast@gmail.com. Send us comments, criticisms, suggestions. Tell us what you thought about this episode, both the show episode and the podcast episode. If you have something you want us to talk about, send it to us and we'll take a look. If you just want to say hi, I guess that works too. We are also on Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. We post updates there when they happen. Go like our page. We're also on Twitter @pony411. Go follow us there. Tweet us. It's the best way to quickly say hi and whatnot, or just see our random tweets about nonsense. You can also follow our personal accounts on Twitter. I am @Alca7raz with a 7 instead of T and an underscore at the end, and he is @Nemesis Prime 1.
Yep.
So yes, see whatever we tweet. I don't tweet much, and he tweets about robots.
Yep, robots.
In disguise.
Yep. And Lily Hashikawa.
Yes. Tweet us. We'll respond. Most likely. Maybe. Potentially.
Probably.
It depends on what you tweet us. So yes. Hope you liked what you heard. Hope you tune in next week. Which one are we talking about next week?
She's all yak.
She's all yak. Oh boy. That's probably going to be fun. So, hope you tune in then. But until next time, remember, please, pony responsibly. See ya.
Bye.